Okay guys, today we're going to be doing a retro review of Civil War Generals 2. That's right, this game is more than a decade old. Heck, I think it came out in 99, and yeah, it's pretty old. And what I want to show you guys today is the things I love about this game. And this game did so many things right. I mean, it really hit the nail on the head in terms of how awesome of a game it is. And a lot of even modern day strategy games don't even take advantage of half the stuff this game is. This game was so good that it actually ranked #1 on GameFAQ.com as the best Civil War game ever made, which is kind of pretty big, high praise there. So as you can see here, it's you can choose campaign or you can choose scenario. I'm going to choose a scenario here to guys give you a feel of what this game was like. Ooh, all right, yeah. Choose the Confederates. All right. So it's turn-based game. The graphics, obviously, they're 90s, so don't expect anything like whoa, but they were simplistic enough that it actually was enjoyable. So you can zoom in and out like that, which is a really cool feature because that's too close. That's just perfect in my opinion. There's certain things you need to change. This game is over a decade old, so you can imagine I had to tweak this game quite a bit to kind of get it working properly. So hopefully, there we go. This was actually made for a 32-bit system. So this is The Wilderness, 1864, May 5th. One cool thing I love about this game, let me get rid of this menu bar, is how easy it is to go through the units. So like, each unit here is a brigade. And as you can see, it's very easy to identify roads and such. I think the Union's going to be here. This is what I'm guessing from historical novels. Historical documents, not novels. Okay, so here we got Rhodes. He's part of the 2nd Corps 3rd Division, Major General. So he's a division commander. You can tell by this star here. And this is how easy it was to maneuver your units. You can choose anyone on the map. As you can see, as soon as it starts moving, it picks up unit here. I don't like the quick one that it does. It just did an automated movement. I want to do a little bit in the middle. Thank you. Okay. So as you can see here, I picked up Union troops, so I'm going to go into a formation from march to attack. I'm going to start moving my forces. As you can see, they already have artillery and at least a division there. I'm going to bring my Confederate soldiers to this part here. And we're going to bring up this entire division. So it's very easy to move troops. Now this game, I must confess, this is by far my favorite game of pretty much of all the strategy games I ever played. Pretty much, this is my #1, and because it's so addictive. You know, you can easily maneuver. It's not like the other games where there was another game, Forge of Freedom, where you know it was not that kind of zoomed in, but it wasn't. It didn't give you the feel of this. You know, this feels kind of epic. You know, I have a whole division here, another division here. You can easily see where all the units are. It's very easy to organize them. You have all 4 brigades here. I'm actually gonna move them. Actually move this guy here. Let's see if I can go around the Union flank. I'm actually going to go here and around, see if I can flank these guys here. Maybe I should have chosen a little faster speed, but there you go. So before we dive in a little further, I just want to show you the game is broken up into, as you can see, brigades here, and each brigade has 3 different sections to it. You have a unit's organization, unit's health, and a unit's morale. This is how many units soldiers are in a unit. The light green here represents like stragglers. Eventually the unit is supposed to be at 425. It's nowhere near 425. That's because of the stragglers. 19 is basically the unit's firepower, supply points, and movement points. Very quick, very simple, very easy to kind of figure out where everything is, which units you can utilize and such. As you can see here, this is my division commander, Johnson, Major General, and then you have your brigade commanders, Colonel, or actually Brigade General. In this game, you will also have corps commanders. You could actually have Longstreet, Lee, and all the rest of them. Start moving these guys here. And they do add bonuses, which is really cool. Now, one really cool thing I love about this game is that a lot of strategy games out there do not do, and well, maybe a quarter of them. One good example is the tactical end on Forge of Freedom, which drives me nuts to this day. Is I can choose any unit I can move right now. Forge of Freedom, no, it's the computer chooses for you. And there are some iPad games that are currently in development right now. They're kind of taking the same thing, you know, where the computer is going to judge which units you can use. I'm not going to name names here, but some of the even games that I'm looking forward to. Actually, I'll name a name. Let me think. Gettysburg, It's High Turns. One of the developing features of it that I've spoken to, they actually mentioned that Gettysburg, It's High Turns, the computer is going to tell you which division you can kind of use. And you can't choose it. The computer's going to choose it for you. So if you want to move this unit, unfortunately, the computer chose you to move this unit, and you're not going to be able to move these guys until maybe 2 or 3 turns later, which is kind of, you know, the reason being that I heard was for realism. But you know, honestly, it's a game. You know, you don't need too much realism. You know, I mean, there's a certain point where realism has to stop. But either way, I'm still looking forward to Gettysburg, It's High Turns. Let me see if I can get this a little faster here. Scrolling speed just a little bit. Alright, hopefully that'll be better. So I have these units moving. I think the Union's over here. Ooh, not good. I'm going to go back one. This is my 3rd corps. So if you guys are not familiar with the Wilderness, one of the bloodiest battles in American history, in the American Civil War, it was very, very rough. In fact, when they were fighting this battle, the soldiers fighting it, this was actually the scene of another battle from, I think, a year before. When when Lee tried to take on Hooker, when the soldiers were fighting in this battle, they were actually running into the remains of the soldiers from last year's battle, which was kind of scary a little bit. So as you can see here, quick, easy movement here. I have the artillery. And I just want to show you a little bit how tactical combat is handled in this game. Now, one thing that I love about this minimap, it's easy to understand. It's not hard. It's very quick, very easy. You can tell terrain very easily. Obviously, this is higher than here. Very easy, very simple. Unfortunately, there are some games out there, you're looking at the terrain, you're like, wait, what's going on here, you know? And the minimap is very easy to understand. Obviously, yellow means road, right? Blue means Union, red means Confederate. Very simple. And all these dark spots here, obviously you can see those are woods, and then you have these streams here. Very quick, very simple. I love games that do that. And it even tells you the little specifics here. So I'm going to do a turn here, and you can kind of see how combat is. I forgot to turn this off. Yes, I got some reinforcements. So that's basically combat. I'm going to actually have to turn off that cinematic. I really hate those things. Video clips. Yes, there we go. There's a lot of options I have to deselect. Okay, so obviously the Union are firing on me. I'm going to go into formation and challenge them. Which is probably not smart because I think the Union have about 120,000 men versus my 60, but good offense, a good defense. Wait, hold on. A good defense is a strong offense, I guess. I guess those are the words. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to challenge this Union division here. This Union, actually 2 divisions. I'm going to challenge this Union corps here. While they're engaged with these guys, I'm going to come around their flank, see if I can take them up. Which actually I should be using cavalry to kind of see where everybody is. They probably see my cavalry, but that's fine. And then I have some reinforcements I'm going to bring into the battle from Early's division. Now, one thing, I mean, I get shocked about, as you can tell, this game, I just mentioned, was voted the best Civil War strategy game out there by GameFAQ. What's shocking, though, and if you look at other things, you'll also find out that they're high up in awards and stuff like that. No one ever made a sequel to this game. There was no Civil War Generals 3, even though there were some fan-related projects that tried to get up. Me, of course, I tried to start one myself, but I couldn't get the resources together. Obviously, it's not that easy to do so. A lot of manufacturers will tell you that, developers. But there was never a sequel to this game, and I always found that shocking. And I'm hoping developers, maybe like Matrix Games, who just kind of did Panzer Corps, which is basically a modern-day version of... Oh, wow, he's bringing some troops here. Basically a modern-day version of Panzer General, will hopefully do a sequel for this game. Now, obviously, they can't call it Civil War Generals 3, but, you know, they can call it another name and basically just do this game and modernize everything, which I think if they do something like this, they're going to clean up, you know. Their bank account would jump. But yeah, I mean, it's amazing that a game like this hasn't been remade with just some updated graphics, but keep the principles, keep something simple like this. You know, people don't want a complicated game. People want a game they could quickly understand and get into. Now, of course, you're going to have the hardcore people saying, well, I like a game that has all the statistics and all this stuff, which is fine, you know, it's great. But, you know, if you make a game for a hardcore audience, you're going to kind of not get any of the casual gaming audience. Which, you know, you want some of them, you know, because you're not going to be able to sustain your product by just a hardcore audience. Ooh, I'm losing a lot of men. Ooh, gosh, look at that. I took 188 men lost. So my flank's about to collapse. I keep losing more men. So as you can see, it gets a little bit hairy. I'm actually going to have these guys kind of fortify here. Because this was not a good idea. Pull back, man. Pull back. I'm going to bring up some cannon here. Cannon's very easy to kind of set up. Boom. He won't be good until the next turn, but I got some artillery up, so that's good.
No, sir.
As you can see, it's very easy to identify where you can move units. A little green. Very quick, very simple. For a 90s game, you'd be surprised at how easy how awesome they got this game. You know, I mean, you know, just simple like clicking this and finding out, just highlighting squares where you can go to. I mean, some games today don't even do that. They can't even get that. Oh, I got some artillery here. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna move my troops behind enemy lines. A whole division. Do a little Stonewall Jackson thing going on here. And I'm going to have these guys kind of entrench. Fortunately, none of them can. That's alright, though. I have you move down here. Oh wow, they got some brigades south of me. Mama. Okay, that's not good. It's alright, but I'm not going to play the whole thing. I just want to give you guys an idea of how awesome this game is. So this way, hopefully, we can see future games. Digging in is very easy. I'm sure that Union's right over that pike on that road. That's why I'm going to dig in here. Is he still marching? Yes, he is. I'm going to have you do that. And form up. So I'm going to have a whole division here. Union are trying to cut me off, which is not good. I have to engage them. I'll probably move Ewell's division south. So the main aspects of this game that I want to go through, as you can see here, it's easy to kind of full supply all your units. Instead of going down each unit and supplying them, you could just do a quick, none of them need it. $175, jeez, it's literally a slaughter pen. Now, one idea that I had for a game, which, you know, I was hoping, I actually developed the design, this was the game that I was going to make, was making a Civil War general game like this, but from the East Coast all the way to Texas, where you can use zoom, somewhat like Google Maps, where you can zoom in and out of a battlefield. And you would have easy access to move armies, and when you zoomed in, they would kind of form up on the roads. Which would have been a really great idea. I got good feedback on my Kickstarter campaign for that. All right, let's see. Let's form my boys here. So while I'm playing this game, I'm trying to think of other things I can mention that I really love about this game. But the number one thing that comes to my mind in terms of how awesome this game is it's intuitive. Moving a unit is crazy easy. Click on it with your right click on your mouse. Left click moves it. Simple, easy, very intuitive. You don't need to spend 2 hours learning how to move a unit. Some games actually make you do. Very quick, very easy to attack a unit or to charge a unit. This is probably stupid of me, but left click, right click, boom. Obviously, I got slaughtered there, but very easy to do things like that. I'm going to show you how artillery works. Moving artillery, you can right click to move between units that are on the same tile. Go over to the unit you want to fire at, left click, boom. Very simple, very easy. Charging, there's a charge little button here. Boom. Simple. And that's what game developers need to get. Intuitive, simple, and not frustrating. A lot of them make games to the point where it's very frustrating, to kind of make it more realistic. That is not a good idea. Okay, you know, you're appealing to a casual gaming audience. That's not going to work. A lot of them are going to be like, what is this? Why is this not working properly? All right, let's see. Ooh, I lost my attacking general here. Ooh, defensive volley was too much. I lost 188 men and a leader. Colonel's in command. I lost a lot of men on that. But I have another corps coming up. Another division, actually. Now, the point of this game is to get these victory points here. As you can see, there's a Confederate flag below my little saber here. Your job is to get those, and obviously to destroy the enemy. Now, there are things that this game could have improved upon. You know, I'm not saying this game is the perfect Civil War game or strategy game, but it is basically 95%. It's just little things that I thought would have been great. If one idea I had was if you like for example, these soldiers on this road, if Confederates take this road, it would cut off their supply. I don't think that currently happens. That's something that would have been a good feature, but it's very minor stuff. Stuff that you can easily add into a sequel that wouldn't require a whole redesign. The design of this game is perfect. So I'm just going to go, as a fool errand, I'm just going to go whole butt here. Do a little charge, left click, and get slaughtered. Yeah. So there's another feature of the game here. If your boys don't want to charge based upon their morale here, you can spend army morale, force them to make a charge. Oh, I lost the general here. Ooh, they only lost 13 men to that charge. And the cool thing about this game is when you want to realize how bad you were, casualty report. And that's what happens when you're on the offensive. 1,200 losses in wounded men. 598 killed. Union took less than half of what I took in losses. I already lost 1 leader and another wounded. Obviously, Union did very well. So that's where I'm going to kind of put an end to this little retro review here. I'm going to see if I can put out some gameplay videos in the future, and that's what I feel about this game. You know, it's a simple, intuitive game. It's not frustrating, and it's a joy to play. And one big thing, it is very realistic because, you know, you have unit types, even goes down to, you know, what kind of gun they were using, and if you play the campaign mode, you can increase, upgrade their weapons, which is really cool. But I would like to see, I would love to see a sequel to this game where they can add extra features, like maybe changing the brigade commander, promoting generals and stuff. But any developer that decides to make a sequel to this game is going to do very, very well. And it's going to attract a whole new audience to their products. That one thing is a definite. And especially if you put this on a tablet in the mobile market, or iPad, iPhone, I could see this on an iPhone, even though it's a 4-inch screen. I would play this on an iPhone. But yeah, I mean, imagine this on a mobile tablet where you can just tap on a unit and then tap where it wants to go, and there you go. So that's about it, guys. I just wanted to give you guys a sense of how awesome this game is, and hopefully a developer is watching this and gets an idea. Anyway, guys, will do it for me for this retro review